Jordan, if you don't mind sharing, just kind of walk us through what happened on the player instance when you did injure your hand, and when did you kind of know that it was as serious as it was?
Yeah, it was just a freak accident. Football is a very physical sport. You get injured at any time. And it was just one of those things to where it happened. And then I was able to come back, and now I'm good to go.
How was the Auburn game? Obviously, the first time out there, was it easy to kind of block that out, or was it still something you had to kind of not think about at times?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to be limited going into the Auburn game, and I just really wasn't thinking about it. Really, I was more focused on the team, and just coming out with a huge win on the road in a place like Jordan Hare. It's a crazy, crazy environment. So, I was more focused on the team and getting the win.
What kind of a contraption are you wearing on your hand during games? And if you had to alter the way that you catch the ball at all, has it impacted your play?
No, I don't think so. It's just a little small cast that I wear with some tape on it. I don't think it impacts the way I catch the ball or whatnot. But I think just going out there and being able to play, I'm just really grateful to be able to do that. And just like I said, I'm just really grateful.
Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if I remember correctly, afterwards, after that Auburn game, Lane said that you kind of had to, beg him to go in and play a little bit. Is that accurate? And if so, what was kind of walk me through that conversation of, just the days going into that matchup?
Yeah, Saturday morning, I walked down to the lobby and I was like, Coach, I'm able to catch a ball. And, he just looked at me like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And, I just was able to, he made me prove it to him that I could catch. And, he was just like, all right, you're good. Go ahead.
So it's safe to say you weren't nervous at all when you were having a ball coming your way, especially with that big thing on your hand?
Oh no, not at all. I wouldn't put myself in a position to where I would hurt the team, and if I felt like I could help the team, which I thought I could, then I was going out there and playing.
Jordan, why did you feel compelled to, I guess, force the issue like that? I feel like that's not something that every player would do. What inside you made you have that conversation with Lane?
I think just me being in a role to where, guys look up to me and playing a huge impact on the offense. I just felt like it would be better if I was out there with my guys instead of sitting on the sideline or even sitting at home watching the game. It just wouldn't feel right to me. I don't think I've ever missed a college game just my whole career, and I wasn't going to start that day. So that was kind of my mindset going into it.
Ask JJ. I'll ask you. Y'all were 7-1 in the same spot against Texas A&M last year. It's been said by you and Lane and others all off-season year that this is a different team that can handle these kind of moments or the setbacks that y'all have had. To you, does this feel like a different 7-1 team than a year ago?
I think so. I think the main difference from this year's team and last year's team was really just I think our loss came at a later time in the season, and everybody's mindset, it kind of shifted everybody's mindset as to where we lost earlier in the season this year, and it kind of woke us up a little bit, and then we were able to just bounce back and get those things corrected. But just from a team aspect of it, I think that we are a way better team this year than what we are last year, just because we all play together as one. I think it's really cool to see when your offense is struggling, your defense picks you up, and then whenever your defense is struggling, offense picks you up. So, and you can go back and cut on the tape, and you can see that happening in multiple games.
If you had to put a number to it, what do you think you were playing at, I guess, percentage-wise at Auburn, and how much did that number change this past weekend?
I think, just going out there, I was obviously very, very limited just with the number of snaps that I had. Probably really couldn't put a percentage on it, really. But, I was very, very limited, and then, just being able to go out this week and be back to normal was fun. Cool.
I'm curious, you brought up that you had to prove to Lane that you were good to go. Like, what did that test look like? Were you just like throwing balls in the hotel lobby? Like, how did this go?
Yeah, pretty much. We were just throwing balls in the ballroom. And obviously I had one of the trainers throw to me, and he was like, "Nah, it's not gonna cut it." And then we had Jackson. We pulled him out of breakfast, and he came and just ripping it. So
When you're saying rip it, you mean catching bullets or?
Yeah. Just he was throwing it, because that's how it's going to be in the game. So Kif was like, if if you can't catch game like passes, then you're not going to play. And then Jackson just came out and ripping it.
And I remember talking to you this camp about that trip that you took with Jackson this off season. Kind of, now that you're midway through the season, what did you get out of that? Did that help you with your relationship with him?
Yeah, I think that helped tremendously because, we were able to connect and bond. I think off the field, if you can't connect with your quarterback, just going out to eat or taking a trip like that, obviously there was football involved, but there was a lot of non-football things involved too, just being out, going shopping, just going out and just having a good time really, kind of like your best friend almost. And I think that we've built that relationship to where I can call him one of my best friends on and off the field. And then that helps tremendously on the field.
A little bit off topic, but Dayton Wade was in here yesterday and he was talking about the story of, the moment that he knew he was going to go on football scholarship. He said that Knox broke the news of all people. What do you kind of remember when it came to your attention that he was going to go on football scholarship? How cool was that just to see, knowing that him coming in, walking on, having to earn his stripes?
Yeah, it was really cool. I remember that day we were at practice, and there was only two people that knew. I think it was me and Jackson. Kip came up to us during practice and said he's putting D-Wade on scholarship, but we couldn't tell him. So, I just went over there and, gave him a huge pat on the back, but he didn't know why. And I was just like, I was super proud of him, really. And then whenever he figured it out, it was, even more special for him because he came in and he worked his tail off. And, it's just awesome to see something like that pay out because, some guys just go under the bus. Some guys who are really good players. So seeing that was really cool.
Not to speak for Dayton, but is there a reason Lane let Knox do it? Are they kind of tight, or is that just Lane chose to do it that way?
I'm not sure. Kip lets Knox do a lot of things. He's kind of like a mini Kip, so that's probably why.
Just Texas A&M defense, what kind of sticks out to you about them?
They got really, really good players. I think their front line is one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. Those guys play super fast, super physical. They're big guys, and then their secondary, kind of backs that up with them. Their secondary, they got a lot of experienced guys out there, and a lot of guys we played last year. So it should be a fun battle. That these guys aren't a pushover. We got to take these guys serious. Thank you. Have a good one.